Sarah, hi.
Morning, Dawn. Hello.
It's so lovely to see you again. So
Oh,
lovely to see you.
too.
Yeah, so thank you for agreeing just to spend a little bit of time with me and to explain to anyone who's watching a little bit about your experience of the harmonizing alignment process. So I think we'll just kick off and I'll ask you some questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, more than happy. Let's dive straight in.
Great. Okay, so I think just to start with, let's start with how you have been impacted, I would say probably personally first, by coming on this 5-day program. What's changed for you since you came on?
I think probably, Dawn, the easier question is what hasn't changed for me, because harmonizing has absolutely changed my life personally. I just found it such a gentle, easy program that actually for the first time, because as you know, I love coaching, and coaching absolutely has its place in the world, of course, and that's why I qualified because I believe in it so much. um, but with coaching, it's very much, what's your action, how do you get there?
Mhm.
And I work with a lot of women, and I suppose your ideal client is always yourself in
Yes.
lots of ways.
Yeah.
And I think when you're feeling anxious or feeling overwhelmed or not sure, what harmonizing does is it makes you go inward and really sort of just, it's easy. I think that was what I couldn't believe about the program. And so what's changed for me, do you know, Dawn, I feel for the first time probably in years, living, and I've just connected to who I really want to be, and having fun, lots and lots of
And
fun.
what does that look like? What is that? What weren't you doing that you're doing now?
I think before I was just going through the motions. So it was all very much, oh, I should be doing this and I need to be doing that. And so I was sort of trying to get things done, but not sort of really with any kind of, I didn't have an awful lot of energy, Dawn. And because I was anxious all the time if I wasn't doing something quickly enough or if things weren't happening. And harmonizing really just stop all of that, just to stop by, as I say, just going inward and reconnecting. We do inner child work at the beginning, don't we? And reconnecting with what just lights me up and gives me joy. I actually, took a step back from the coaching, which sounds a bit bizarre because it's my dream. But I took a step back and I just did things that were fun and were enjoyable for me.
How do you do that when you still have a full life and you have commitments and responsibilities? Because I think for anybody watching, it's, one of the things that we talk about is, filling life up with things that you really, really enjoy. And people think, and I know that there was a point in my life where I thought, how can you actually find the time to do that? How do you find the time to do that?
I think it's about, it doesn't need to be a lot of time. I think it's about really feeling what you need. So before I was introduced to harmonizing, I would, have a massage, tick, or do a meditation. Okay, I've done that, tick, and all of those things were absolutely wonderful, but actually it wasn't what I needed.
Mhm. So you were doing, but it wasn't connected to what your body, your mind, your soul really wanted, needed. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, the harmonizing teaches you to go inward. And, some days for me, it just might be a wonderful walk. And that's what just gives me this. So it's not big time. It doesn't have to be big time commitments. Yeah, but it's about really listening and learning how to tune in to your sort of needs and wants.
Beautiful. So it's impacted anxiety. It's
Mm.
brought in joy. Has it had any impact on any relationships around you? Does anybody notice a difference? Do you know?
Yeah, I think people do. I think I sort of put things into perspective, far easier, and I worry far less. I'm one of the world's warriors, and so because everything in my life is so right, and in harmony, pardon the pun, nothing feels, you feel as if you can tackle anything
Wow.
head on. Mm.
It's kind of at a foundational level. There's solidity there now that isn't, it's not spinning you out. You're not spun out. You're not worrying, not anxious. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. So on a personal level, you're experiencing more joy, less anxiety. How did this impact your coaching or your idea of your career, and where you're going? Has it?
Oh, it's turned it around. It's absolutely turned it around, because what I learned, I mean, when I started, I thought, okay, well, what do I know? And I thought I was really the career and confidence sort of space in coaching. But of course, the more wonderful clients I worked with, the more I very quickly learned it's all about, their belief system, and they were coming to me quite anxious and overwhelmed. And so I actually think harmonizing dovetails with coaching absolutely perfectly, because I think harmonizing is the bit that's missing. I think, that the harmonizing process helps with the anxiety, with the overwhelm. And from there, once that's sorted, then clients can go on to set goals and power up, if you like.
Mhm. And what about with regards to your purpose and what you're going to be doing in the future? Has that changed so where you said you're in um, the confidence and the career coaching, I think it
Yes,
was, realm
yeah.
that you said you're in. Are you going to continue in that area? Is that where you want to go, but it's working more deeply, or yeah.
No, I mean, it's changed. It's changed completely, because um, we know that coaching can work for sort of really any type of, issue that a client may bring. But actually, for me now, it's all about harmonizing. And so, I'm tending to work with sort of women over a certain age that are just probably feel quite lost, very successful, but they've spent their entire lives being somebody's partner, mother, friend, wife, daughter, and they just don't know who they are anymore. And from that, once they've been through the harmonizing process, then they can sort of set their goals.
So you're looking at core identity,
Yeah,
who someone is,
yeah,
working from the bottom up. With regard to purpose, because that's one of the things that we talk about on the program is, it can really bring around a sense of life purpose for our coaches, let alone
yeah, yeah.
clients. Do you feel that was impacted with you, purpose, direction?
Yes, completely. Because given my absolute love of coaching, I could not understand why, it was important for me to be a qualified coach, because obviously our industry is not regulated. And I just couldn't understand why I just wasn't sort of cracking on and getting this qualification if this was my love. And I think harmonizing just sort of taught me, if you like, that when you find your thing, then and I laugh with my clients now. I think, Dawn, you should copyright the word easy, because the word harmonizing and easy, just it is such an easy process. And I think with everything that's going on with the world and with all the stress in the world, that's what people want. They don't want another long list of things to do and actions, and it's wow, it's too overwhelming.
It's how to come back into your own natural rhythm, how to do things that really have meaning for you, how to follow your heart, your purpose. And the purpose emerges as we go through the process. Talk to me about, you've worked with quite a lot of clients now, so talk to me about the impact on your clients. What have you seen? Have you seen them change?
Oh, I mean, they have changed. They're almost, some of them are almost unrecognizable, and that's just magical. When, I'd always said if I could do that for one person, and actually it's just almost pretty par for the course. What changes have I seen? I have seen a lot in terms of careers, if I'm honest. People deciding that actually they want to do something completely different, or they just want to reduce. So I've seen, the career. I've seen wonderful lady just, finally have the strength to go out and, find somebody she just thought she was sort of unlovable, and, so she's now got a partner in her life, which is just very exciting. I mean, and I'm not a health or fitness coach in any way, shape or form. Another lady messaged me a couple of weeks ago and said she'd lost 2.5 stone because she just feels so happy with her life. So, they're all so totally diverse things.
We're looking at you, who you trained with me around 3-4 months ago, and you're now working with people and literally transforming their lives completely, overhauling people's lives with this easy process, as you call it. When the ladies are coming to you, because sometimes it's really difficult to explain how the harmonizing process works. What are they coming to you with when they come to you and they say, this is my situation, this is my challenge? Because unlike a coach where you say, I want career coaching, or, I'd like to increase my finances, I want to have better health or whatever. With harmonizing, what's the problem that they're arriving with? What is it that you recognize is maybe the common denominator that they're kind of saying, this is what's wrong and this is what I need to change?
I think they've probably reached a bit of an end of their tether in terms of they're feeling that something is missing in their lives, but they just don't know what that something is. And actually, so they're very anxious and overwhelmed, but also, Donna, I think they're probably quite scared that their time is just running out. Do you know what I mean? If they don't do something, then this is their life. So I think they're just thinking, look, I just want to try something, and harmonizing is just different to anything that's out there. It's absolutely unique.
I guess it's like a life MOT or service. And then you come, for how many weeks are you working with people?
10 weeks.
You work with them for 10 weeks, 10 weeks commitment. And over that 10 weeks, you take them through the process. At the end of it, do you see difference in energy, confidence? What are the main things that you're seeing, the kind of takeaways?
Energy, definitely, and confidence, because they're so sure of who they are and what they want, that they just feel that they can go out there, and tackle anything. One of the things I haven't mentioned, but a lot of my clients report much better sleep, and that is actually, it's almost, it's a big thing, but it's almost a byproduct. There are so many benefits with harmonizing.
Anxiety, sleep, all sorts of stuff, just reduces. So beautiful. And then I guess finally, because a lot of coaches will be watching this and thinking, here's this training program, they're reading about it. What would you say to anyone who's thinking about going through the process as a coach, and exploring it?
I think as a community, coaches care, I think that's just, we all care. And I think I would say just do it, because you will just find your coaching skills will still be invaluable. You're taking a slightly different path, but actually I think it's the critical path, because I think only when clients have been through harmonizing can they then start to think about, you know, their goals and what it is they want for their life.
It's the foundation piece, isn't it? It gives them the confidence, the courage, the energy, the resilience to actually just then catapult into wherever it is they want to go. But if these parts haven't been addressed initially, then sometimes we haven't got the components. We've not got the energy. We've not got the courage. We've not got the resilience. We've not got the foundation in place to make the changes. And this is,
and that's so key, isn't it? I mean, you know, you talk about foundations. You wouldn't dream of building a house on rocky foundations, and yet people seem to want to you know, design their lives or do something with their lives without actually cutting to the core and working it out what it is they want and need, you know. So I think it's just crucial.
Beautiful. And one thing, last thing I'll add is, you know, the difference, one of the big things for you is that you've found this ability to enjoy every single day. And I think a lot of coaching or personal development is focused on the end result, and you get the joy when you get there. I think this process, I don't know your experience, it's, you know, it's everyday experience, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a daily, it's just, it's who I am now. You know, harmonizing is not something that I put my hat on when I'm at work and then the rest of the time, you know, harmonizing is absolutely my life now, because it's just so enjoyable. It's just so enjoyable.
It is a way of life. It's a lifestyle and a process, isn't it? It's both. Gorgeous, Sarah. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I just wish you all the best with your practice and growing it over there in Guernsey. And I've already heard, I've had people on webinars from Guernsey already who are talking about you over there as a coach. So I just wish you all the best in the world. So thank you so much for being with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.